Hello friends, this is Sumita Gupta. Welcome you all for my 14th lecture of Electronic Device and Circuits, that is Analysis and Design of JFET biasing. Today we will learn JFET self bias and voltage divider bias. Okay, these are the outlines. So first of all, what is JFET self bias? Okay, clear the meaning of biasing. I have already explained you the BJT biasing. Okay, now we'll cover JFET biasing. In JFET biasing, why it is called self bias? Because in self bias, we'll use the biasing without the use of external battery. Means we will not connect external battery at the gate for the biasing. That's why it is known as self bias. See the structure of this self bias. I have taken this figure from the Google. In this figure, listen carefully. The gate is connected to here, source means grounded, so there is no external supply. If you see the figure of JFET fixed bias, in fixed bias a separate supply is applied at the gate, but in self bias no external supply required at the gate. That's why it is called JFET self bias. Now you know very well why we do biasing. We do biasing to calculate the Q point. Okay, in this circuit, what is the Q point? If you remember, the same concept in BJT and same in the JFET. In JFET, the characteristics is drawn between, if you remember, ID versus VDS. Okay, ID versus VDS. If you see here in ID versus VDS, if you remember, the intersection of characteristics with the load line, this is your Q point. Okay, so whatever biasing we are using, that we are using for the calculation of Q point. So in JFET, what is Q point? This is ID and VDS. Means ultimately what we have to calculate, ID and VDS. That is your quiescent current, output current, quiescent voltage, output voltage. So ultimately for any biasing, what we have to calculate, ID and VDS. Okay, as in the case of BJT, we have applied KVL in left side and KVL in right side. Same here we will do, but remember the main thing, in JFET, always gate current is 0. If you remember the concept of JFET, I have already explained in the previous lecture. In BJT, there is some base current, but in FET, the gate current is totally 0. Means whatever the drain current, that is equals to source current. So ID equals to IS. Okay, now if we will apply the KVL here, what will the equation? If we will apply the KVL in the input side, what will the equation? Equation will be VGS, then VGS plus minus. Now sign is same. Okay, plus 2 minus. This is also because there is no direction, means no sign convention in the resistance, but we will take according to the direction of current flow. So VGS plus IDRS equals to 0. VGS plus IDRS equals to 0. IDRS equals to 0. Then what will be the VGS? As per this equation, VGS equals to, if this term will be in right hand side, then VGS will be ID into RS. That is the VGS. Clear? VGS will be equals to minus ID RS. Now next thing is ID, output current, means quiescent drain to source current. So for that we have to apply the KVL in output side. Okay. Now the basic difference between BJT and JFET, remember always in BJT we calculate the IV current from the base side, then we use formula IC equals to beta IB. But here we apply the KVL into input side. From that KVL we calculate the value of VGS. But for drain current, Shockley equation is used, and that formula is fixed. I have already explained the topic of JFET. The formula of ID is equals to IDSS 1 minus VGS upon BP whole square. If you remember, IDSS is drain to source saturation current. BP is your pinch of voltage. So from this equation, we'll put the VGS value here in this equation. And after solving this whole equation, there will be a quadratic equation. For this that equation, we will calculate the value of drain current. For numerical purpose, remember the value of IDSS and value of BP will be given in the caution. Okay, so understood the concept. Now next is we have to calculate VDS. If we'll apply KVL in the right side, then what will the equation? First of all, VDD. First of all, VDD, then minus current flowing through this ID RD. The VDD minus ID RD. Okay, VDD minus ID RD. Okay, next minus VDS. Okay, next minus VDS, and after that minus, either you can write IS or either you can write ID, because both current is same. So minus ID RS equals to 0. Okay, you understood the concept of output current. VDD minus IDRD minus VDS minus IS RS equals to 0. From this equation, your VDS will be VDD minus ID in bracket RS plus RD. So again, listen the concept careful. The JFET self bias means ultimately biasing means we have to calculate the Q point. Q point means we have to calculate ID and VD. So step 1 is apply KVL in the input side. After applying KVL, you will find the VGS. Step 1. Step 2 is apply the formula of ID using Stokely equation, that is ID equals to IDSS 1 minus VGS upon VP whole square. Put the value of VGS here, then you will find one equation. Solve that equation, you will find the ID. And step 3 is apply KVL in the right side. Okay, understood? Step 1, apply KVL in the input side. Step 2, use the formula of ID. And step 3, apply KVL in the right side. So in this way, you will find the value of ID and VD. Next is, what are the advantages of self-bias? The first of all, example is, if you remember, we are not using external battery at the gate. That is the most important advantage. Second is, change in current is very less, hence stability of Q point increases. Change in drain current means output current means this, that if you are taking this Q point, at this Q point, whatever the current ID and whatever the voltage VDS, that should not be varied. So change in drain current should be constant. But change in drain current are less means stability is increasing. If change in drain current 0, that is maximum stability. Okay? Remember this. Disadvantages, we are using some resistance at the source side, and due to that resistance, some negative feedback generated, and due to that, your overall gain will reduces. If you remember this circuit, there is one resistance here, and due to this resistance, what will happen? This will provide a feedback to the gate. It will provide the feedback, then definitely your gain will be reduces. Okay. So this is the disadvantage of self-biased JFET. Now next type of biasing is JFET voltage divider bias. If you remember the circuit of BJT voltage divider bias, the circuit is exactly same. Only the difference of the symbol here. In the last case, it was a BJT, now it is a FET. In BJT, there was base, ammeter, collector. In FET, there is gate, there is drain, and there is source. And if you remember the concept, why it is called voltage divider bias, because we'll use voltage divider rule here. That's why its name is voltage divider biasing. Again, listen carefully. We are applying voltage divider rule here. That's why its name is voltage divider bias. Okay. If you remember the formula of voltage divider bias, we want to calculate the voltage across resistance R2. That is called, either you can say gate voltage, equivalent voltage, threshold voltage. Whatever means you can give name here, depends on different books, but this is voltage which is calculated by the voltage division rule. And what is voltage division rule? If you want to calculate voltage across here, then that branch resistance R2 divided by total resistance multiplied by given supply. Again listen, VG equals to R2 into VDD upon total resistance R1 plus R2. Okay. Now, if you remembered what I told you, 3 steps. The first step is the apply KVL at the input side. Okay. See here. equation, what we want to calculate at, by applying KVL is the inputs of VGS. VGS. So you can write VGS at VG minus VS. Means whatever the point first, G first, so G first. If it will be SG, then you can write VS minus V. So VGS means voltage across gate and source. So voltage across gate minus voltage across source. VG minus VS. What is VS? VS is ISRS, or you can write IDRS. Remember, gate current is always 0. So whatever drain current is equal to source current. So VSG minus VSRS. Okay. From this equation, you will calculate the value of ID. So ID equals to VG minus VGS upon RS. Okay. The value of VG you will put from here to this. So you will find the ID from this equation. And the same for VDS, you will apply KVL in the right side, and the same equation which I have done previously, VDD minus IDRD minus VDS minus IDRS. Again listen, VDD minus IDRD minus VDS minus IDRS. Okay, so this is the equation of VDS. So this is the method to calculate the ID and VDS. So why we are doing biasing? We are doing biasing for calculating the Q point. Q point means ID and VDS. So we have calculated. Just remember, we have to take the KVL equations. Okay. Now, what is the role of biasing means? We want to stabilize the Q point. We want to stabilize the Q point. What do you mean by stabilizing? Means change in current should be 0. So that is called zero temperature drift of JFET, or zero temperature drift biasing. Means whatever the temperature increases in decrease, whatever the change in temperature, but change in current should be 0. That we want ideally. We want Q point should be fixed. If Q point is fixed, means the value of ID should be fixed. And value of ID should be fixed means whatever the temperature, that ID should not be changed. So basically there are two effects in the JFET. Effect number 1, when temperature increases. When temperature increases, mobility of carriers increases. If carriers mobility decreases. When temperature increases, mobility of carrier decreases. If mobility decreases, ultimately drain current decreases. And this effect is more important for the large values of drain current. So actually what will happen when drain current is at higher level, then due to temperature enhancement, that current reduces. Again listen carefully, when temperature increases, at that time mobility of carriers decreases. If mobility of carrier decreases, drain current decreases. And that reduction in drain current is 0.7%. That reduction in drain current is 0.7%. So means this is reduction in drain current. This is reduction in drain current, that is 0.007, or we can say 7%. Up next, effect 2. Now what is effect 2? When temperature increases, energy of charge carrier increases. And due to the energy increases, it will penetrate more in the depletion region. If again and again penetration will happen in depletion region, then width of depletion region reduces. If width of depletion region reduces, then channel width will increase. If channel width increases, drain current increases. And this generally happens when the value of drain current is small. When means near the pinch off region. Listen carefully, when the drain current value is small in the starting, in the characteristics, and at that time temperature increases, energy of charge carrier increases. Due to that energy, depletion region reduces and channel width increases, and current flows through the channel. If channel will be wide, then current will be more. And this change in current is equivalent to change of 2.2 millivolt in VGS, because this happens due to a gate voltage. Generally this happens due to gate voltage. So this change in current means this increment of current due to this change in temperature, or we can say 2.2 millivolt change in voltage. So we can write 0.022 GM. Why we can write this? Because GM is your transconductance, and if you remember the formula of GM, transconductance, that is equals to ratio of ID upon VGS. ID upon VGS. Okay. So if ID is changing, in short GM is changing. So ID equals to basically GM into VGS. ID equals to basically GM into VGS. GM into GM into VGS. Now what is it is saying? Change in current is equals to change in voltage by 2.2. Means this value is 2.2 millivolt. Okay, this value is 2.2 millivolts. Now current is increases by this 0.022 GM. So now change in current means increment in current is equals to GM VGS. So again listen, when the value of current is very high, at that time if temperature increases. When drain current is very high, at that time temperature increases, then current reduces by 7%. When the current is very low, at that time temperature increases, then current increases by 0.022 GM. When current is at low level, at that time temperature increases, then current increases by this. So ultimately current is increasing and current decreases. We want a Q point, we want such a point where drift in ID is 0. Means neither current should increases, current should be decreases, whatever the temperature. So that point is, that biasing of that point is called zero current drift biasing. Okay, so means whatever the increment, what is the decrement, that should be equal. This was the decrement in current, this was the increment in current, but that should be 0, means 0 change. Current should be constant. So see in this graph, there are different characteristics, but Q point is constant. Means for this characteristics, value of ID will be same. For this characteristics, value of ID will be same. For this characteristics, value of ID will be same. So means there exists a Q point where drift in current is 0. Means change in current is 0. Means current ID is constant while the characteristics is changing. So what is the condition to get that point? That is the main question. So for this, we have to do analysis. Means by this equation, 0.007 ID equals to 0.022 GM. So ID by GM equals to 0.002 by 0.007. Now ID, equation of ID you know very well. IDS is 1 minus VGS upon VP. Equation of GM is GM naught 1 minus VGS upon VP. Now we have to divide these two equations. Okay, ID by GM. And from this equation, ID by GM is 0.0022 divided by 0.007. Okay, now in this equation, value of GM naught we have to put, that is 2 IDSs upon VP. When we put this value, IDSs cancel, 1 minus VGS upon VP upon 2 by VP. Now VP comes in numerator, VP by 2, 1 minus VGS upon VP equals to 0.314. VP minus VGSQ is 0.63. Means this is the main condition for zero temperature drift biasing. Means when the difference between this pinch of voltage and VGS gate to source voltage is 0.63, at that time your Q point will be here. Okay, after this derivation, we comes into the conclusion, when this difference in the voltage VP and VGSQ equals to 0.63, at that time there will be no drift in the current. At that time, the current value will be constant for any characteristic. Perfect. We want the stability perfect. That is desirable. So that is the biggest advantage of voltage divider JFET biasing. Means we are getting highest stability of Q point against variation device parameter. Means thermal stability is high. Thermal stability means whatever the temperature increment, but there is a point where change in current is 0. Disadvantages, if you see the circuit for voltage divider bias R1, R2, RD, RS, means more resistance, more circuit components we use for rather than other biasing. This particular voltage divider biasing, more circuit components we use. That is the disadvantage. Okay. So thank you so much. If you like it, please like and share it. Keep learning. God bless you.